Hello everyone, my name is Justin and this is my English reflection presentation. Now to start off with some learning goals that I created at the beginning of the semester. Number 1, to make my writing more cohesive, and number 2, to improve my writing with professional technical reports. And in this slideshow presentation, I will show you some examples of how I worked on these goals and improved my writing. Now, the first main toolkit that helped my writing become more cohesive was declutter, which helped me basically remove excess information from the sentence or paragraph that was just not needed and just fluff. We see the example here. We have in the first highlight, figuring out how to is just kind of extending what struggle is, and then the second highlight we have in ways that are brief, clear, and still cover everything is just extending organized information. So it's just not needed. So we have the revision. However, I struggle to organize information in summaries or conclusions. It's a lot more cohesive and concise. The next toolkit is emphasis, which taught me how to emphasize the part of the sentence that I actually want to emphasize. And an example here, we have at work it tends to be great as people do not need any fluff and they get exactly the info that they need from me. We can see that in the highlighted portion, this is the part of the sentence that really should be emphasized. So by moving that in the revision to the front, so at work they get the info that they need from me without any fluff, makes the sentence a lot more direct and concise. Then on to the final toolkit that taught me how to make my writing more cohesive was the redundancy and repetition toolkit, which taught me how to remove repetitive ideas to again cut back on a paragraph to make it more cohesive and flow better. And we can see an example here. The yellow is the first instance of the information and the blue is the second, or repetitive information. So we have checksum, unique hexadecimal code, that can just be in one sentence. We use this to verify that all data was properly sent, and then ensure that nothing was lost in transit, basically repeating verify. And then finally, this can be further mitigated by the communication protocol we use primarily with TCP. And then this protocol ensures data validity, but expenses, blah, blah, blah. Basically just repeating that for further verification, you use TCP. And you can see in the revision here. Now onto the first assignment that really helped me address my second goal of learning to write technical reports. We have the AI description assignment where we took a technical topic that we were an expert in and used an AI to generate a description. In this case, it was for wire arc additive manufacturing. And we analyzed it to see that the AI wasn't really outputting gold or a lot of sustenance that an expert would be outputting in their description. You can see over-the-top adjectives with like powerful, promising, complex, poised to play a key role, and critical, and then also stacked information like WAM enables faster production, reduce waste, and greater design freedom. Like a lot of like more persuasive writing rather than like actual sustenance and description that an expert would have in their description. Now, the next assignment that helped me improve my understanding of how to write technical reports was the Tech Team TED assignment, where in it I followed suit to the mishaps of the AI description and made the writing a lot more persuasive than it really should have been. You can see in this highlight here, you have accomplishing this would further the research in the additive manufacturing field and allow companies to be able to produce more complex geometry, medium to large metal composite parts quickly. So it's like pitching to the audience rather than really describing what wire arc additive manufacturing was and what adding a powder feeder would do to that, and really just takes away from actually being a description. Now finally onto the summary. If we look back at the first initial goal of making my writing more cohesive, I accomplished this through removing fluff from my writing, emphasizing the portion of the sentence that I actually wanted to emphasize, and removing any redundant information. And then onto my second goal of improving my writing professional technical reports, I accomplished this by looking at an AI description and realizing that it's not gold and you have to double check everything. And then also when writing a description that I should make it more direct and not persuasive. So moving forward, I would allow more time for writing and revision to actually apply the toolkits that I've learned in this class, and then finally to practice the toolkits. Thank you.